fact, it was through this association with Nightingale Conant that I had the chance to meet and work with Bob many years later. As the VP of Publishing at Nightingale Conant in the early 2000s, I helped Bob to produce one of his favorite audio programs, the Lead the Field Seminar, which has now been developed into one of his top seminars with his company, Proctor Gallagher. It was during that experience that I got the chance to experience the brilliance of Bob Proctor's wisdom, knowledge, and captivating insights firsthand. And to date, millions of others have been inspired by Bob. Through the hit movie The Secret, his books, including his New York Times bestseller, You Were Born Rich, his coaching programs, and live events. Today, he runs one of the most innovative, fastest-growing personal development companies in the world, the Proctor Gallagher Institute, with his partner and co-founder, Sandy Gallagher. So sit back, listen, learn, and most of all, apply the insights from this inspiring interview. Welcome to Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life with Bob Proctor. Bob, it's great to be with you today.
Dan, it's a real pleasure. I've been looking forward to doing this.
Session 1, developing an awareness of your awesome power to change, how to respond to changes around you in this empowering way. Bob, I recently heard you start off a seminar by saying the following: "This is going to be an incredible weekend for some of you." I could hear the collective gasp, since it was obvious that many people felt you would say all of you, but you stressed the vital importance of making a decision to change your life. You said, you decide if it's going to be you. So as we begin, talk about the vital importance that making a firm internal decision to use this material to change their life will make for all of those who are listening to this audiobook right now.
Do you know, it takes a committed decision, Dan, because what you need to do, or what's required to change a paradigm, goes almost in the opposite direction of everything we've been taught. We go to school and we take a book and we read the book. We're asked questions on the material that's in the book, and then you get on to another book. When the truth is, the contents of the book that we've just passed on from couldn't possibly be understood. Reading something once and moving on is not going to do it. Our paradigm was built through repetition, constant spaced repetition. And that's the way it's going to be changed. But that doesn't make sense to hardly anyone, because they're relating to the way they have been, what they thought was being educated in the past, when they weren't really being educated at all. They were gathering information. Tremendous difference, because you'll see people with very impressive degrees from prestigious universities, and yet they're struggling all the way through their life. They don't have enough money. They don't hold down a good position. Or if they have their own company, they go bankrupt or go out of business. And you think, how could this possibly happen? They're so smart. But the truth is, they're not very smart at all. They've just gathered a lot of information, but they don't use it. The paradigm controls their behavior, not the information that they've got. So they're not doing what they know how to do. And for some strange reason, they never figure that out. They never stop and analyze their own behavior relative to what they know, the information they've gathered. Most people that are highly successful, I have found over the years, and this is rather strange, they're unconscious competence. They cannot articulate on why they're doing so well. So although they're doing very well, maybe multimillionaires, build prestigious organizations, they cannot transfer what's doing this to their own children because they don't know why they're doing it. They'll just say, well, I just do it, They're accepted. People think they're smart, so they think they're probably pretty smart. But it's got nothing to do with being smart. It has to do with the paradigm, because the paradigm controls us to an enormous degree.
Fascinating. So, it's interesting because you're talking here about how most people associate knowledge with degrees and sort of external validation.